to here on Te Tii Marae and the Pauwhenua and the Taurangatera chiefs this morning, their karakia to the chiefs to raise the Whakaputanga, Whakameninga 1834 and 1835 flag to mark this first native court. So I want to say, with the writ warrant here to bring the land back to the native chiefs, I proclaim today that the land of Aotearoa, New Zealand, belongs to the chiefs and not the King and Queen of England and Britain or Spain. The land returns. Land taken, land returned. Today, officially, we are here standing before you, the world, and our King William III, King William IV, St. Patrick's Church Order, and also our King Ernest Augustus V, reigning monarch of Britain, UK, Hanover, and Aotea, New Zealand, world, to continue this flag of sovereign from Majesty, the King of Britain, UK, and our chiefs here standing as their partners. The British Navy is our partner. Sir Philip Jones, Rear Admiral, Admiral of the Fleet and of the Sea, is our commercial trading bank partner. With these chiefs you see before us here is a continuity of their own sovereignty. They have not ceded sovereignty to anyone because it is still continuing today after 183 years from the 20th of March 1834 to the 20th of March 2017, exactly marking 183 years. These chiefs here today continue into the future the partnership with Britain. Our oath of office to our ancestors here first and foremost at Pauwhenua and the Taurangatera this morning, live chief. We extend to all the indigenous countries of the world their native courts to return their lands from the Crown corporations and their Crown agents back into their control of their Commonwealth countries of the world and their alliances to Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth. Their monarch, sovereign, is now abandoned ship in Westminster and gone into the EU Parliament, left the throne empty. And that is the reason why we are nominating and petitioning King Ernest Augustus V, the brother of King William IV and the brother of King George IV and their father King George III as the four chiefs that are our partners in the commercial field, that we are the commercial landowners as apart from native landowners of this country as being joined as one and made our memorials commercially. Now to commence business on this 6th of February 2017 into the future of unbroken sovereignty of these chiefs. They maintain and sustain their own tino rangateratanga today, and I want to thank them for being here so early this morning to rise at least 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock to be here to witness the opening of this first native grand jury court on the Tii Marae lands in front of Tau Rangatira and Pauwhenua. So to you, I thank you and congratulate you this morning with our Apotoro, Ratana Minister I've been familiar with Mohi Manukau and Owen Paekau and Anaru Maihi. And all these years, over 20 years, with those Apotoro and with the Apotoro here, Manahi, Parapara, Mauhini, to continue into the future, his blessings today. And I speak in English because our documents are in plain English for everyone in the world to read and to witness with us today. So, no reira, tēnā koutou katoa.
Te kōrero haere whenua hoki whenua mai. Nōreira e Iohana mano. Whainua rā ki tō mātou tūpuna. He karanga e tangi atu nei, nā roi mata o rātou mā. Tēnei haura, tēnei rā whakahirahira o Waitangi. Au e rā e ware nā tūpuna e haina tia mai te ki raro au hauraki. Ki te tai rā whiti ki te haua uru, tai no rā ki te tai tonga. Koutou tūpuna, e te tono mai tō o rātou wairua, I wainganui a mātou I tēnei kōti teitai, take, o Aotearoa. Nōreira haere atu rā, hoki mai rā koutou wairua I wainganui a mātou, te tīmatanga noho rā tēnei. Ka nui nā wā, nā rā, e tū mai nei I mua te aroaro o ene āhua mahi. O ene mahi rangatira e tū ana rā te kōti Maori, te kōti whenua, tūturu I wainganui e te katoa. Nōreira e te maanga e nāna he rapono I te tokotoru tapu. Whakaungia rā mātou rotu koutou aroha noa. Pai here tia e te rangi Māria I nā wā katoa. Ko koe anō rā te maanga e hei tautoko mai, hei tūturu pūmau. Ai ane a penei, ai. Whakarea mai, tori peka ki au, tia ho mai, raro toi peko, hei konau, titiro atu ai, ora mate, hei au koe o ai. Whakaria mai, tori peka ki au, tia o mai, raro toi peko, hei konau, titiro atu ai, ora mate, hei au koe no ai. Ke whai kroria koe I roto I o mātou mahi e ihua. Pea tautone te rangi Māria ki runga mātou tinana me mātou wairua. Tai no rā ke mātou kau mātou koea ke mātou tamariki moko puna.
and people of the world watching us today on this historic occasion, marking 183 years of British and natives of New Zealand, the chiefs, marking this occasion to open the first native court, grand jury in the world of King William IV and King William III and his partnership with the native chiefs of here, New Zealand. Now I have a writ warrant here and I'm not going to read it today. We will do that later because of the early morning on this day, the 6th of February 2017, marking this historic 183 years of the 20th of March 2017 back to the 20th of March 1834, the first native court with James Busby and Captain James Reddy Clendon at Okiato, the Okiato Native Court, and opening of the first British government there, and also the native court transferred of its power here onto Tii Marae and its Hauwhenua with the Taurangatira to mark the occasion for this native court and grand jury to stamp the book that the chiefs have signed already and also to make this karakia extended from the Hauwhenua just a minute ago at 5 a.m. this morning. On this day, the native court judge, Manahi Parapara Mauhini, will now give us karakia and bless this native court.
O te timatanga o te kupu ko koe ihoa. Koe ihoa te timatanga o nā. Ko te matua tama wairua tapu me nā ana he rapono. Tēnei rā mātou e tuku atu tō mātou reo whakamoe miti i tēnei ki atu tū. I runga i te wāhi tapu, te whenua tapu, nā pau whenua, e riri nei ko nā mātou tūpuna. Taino rā tēnei o tātou rerenga o Waitangi. E rā whakahira tēnei, e ki mai rā koe, ho mai rā koe ki a mātou. E rā rangi Māria, e rā aroha noa, ki o mātou tūpuna, taino rā ki o mātou tamariki mo. Rira i hoa manaki si o mātou mai koe te taro, piki te ora, piki te kaha, piki te māramatanga me te rangi Māria. I rungi a mātou, ina waka, holy day this morning, Lord. We give you our blessings and our glory, that you give us this power, your power to honour and be with our people today. Special day today, Waitangi Day. Day that we celebrate the signing of the Treaty of Waitangi, February the 6th, 1840. We bring with you our love and our treasures, that you will kindly show us the way and help us to redeem ourselves on this our land, left to us by our ancestors. And we thank you for your glory and your support through the year. And now to this day that we give to you to take our work we have done to the heavens and back to the fen. Rira te mangai he toitoko, he tūturu pūmbau, ai ani ākene, ai. Rira i te whanau e nā hapu, e nā karanga maha i nā rangatira. Uri no tō tātou whare tapu, a nā puhi. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou kātou.
Court and what you want to have to say?
mana whenua, ngā rangatira, ngā tino rangatira, ngā iwi take o te ao. Nau mai, haere mai ki tēnei rā tino hira o tātou, o te iwi, ngā whānau, hapu o Aotearoa, New Tirini. Haere mai ki tēnei rā, i whakapuare tēnei o tātou nei whare kōti, i mua te aro o te ao. Haere mai, whakatau mai. Ko tēnei tātou, ngā hau kāinga, ngā tangata whenua, ngā rangatira, ngā tino rangatira, o mātou nei hapu. Ko au, te kai whakawā, o te whakameninga, ngā whānau hapu, Maori o Bandi Waitai tōku ingoa, e honore tēnei ki te tuake e mua te aro o te ao. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou.
Ko Heruini Karakaru i tōku ingoa, ko Mangatani hoa tōku maunga, te tahi o gunei maunga, te tahi atu ko Koti Putu ingoa, i ahu mai au i muri whenua, nā tōku tūpuna ko Pairata. Pairata te runga ngā pepa o te whakameninga. I haina tia te hoki te ngā pepa nei i tōku tūpuna me King William. Tōku tūpuna i haina tia mo te taha o te iwi Maori, a King William, i haina tia te hoki tōna ingoa i runga te pepa nei mō te taha o ngā Pākehā o Ingarangi. Nā, i reira ka, i taura ka, tātingia te hoki te mahi, o rau tēnei mahi, o te sovereignty. Ka ingo tia mātou, he iwi sovereign. Nā, tewa ingo rā, tūana ki roto mga tēnei iwi tātu ki tēnei rā. Nō reira, hui mātou i roto tēnei. Whare kōti nei, i runga te ingo te matu, tamaki wairua tapu. Āmene, nora mai ana hui tāpea.
Kia haere tonu tēnei mihi kia tātou katoa, kia mōhio koutou. Ko tātou tēnei, e tūake hei māngai o tēnei whare kōti, hei kai āwhina, hei kai tautoko, kia mōhio koutou no hea a hau. Ko maunga piko te maunga, ko pārenga te wahapu. Ko kura haupo te waka, ko tīpene pirimono hakaruru tīpaki, te rangatira, ko Ngāti Kuri, me Ngāti Rehia, ngā hapu. Ko pūnei tūpuna, ko haine te whakapūtanga, ko Tāreha. Ko e nāno, ko Bandi Waitai tōku ingoa, ko Ngāti Kuri te iwi tēnei o tātou katoa, ngā iwi o ngā puhi nui tonu, putanoa. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou.
Kia ora, Dion, wani kahaki Wanoa, tō ingo, Aotere Marae, and Uetaha Hapu, East Coast. I'm here today with these chiefs and to mark this occasion of the first Indigenous Native Court and Grand Jury, with the chiefs here minus the others we will interview later to witness the stamping of the official document of the native title from this grand jury court. They extended from Hokiato Native Court in Kororareka with James Busby and Captain James Reddy Plendenn. Kia ora, John Wanoa here, Auckland, New Zealand, in Otahu. Today is Friday the 10th of February 2017. Just an update on St. Patrick's Church order of this flag, the 1834 flag of King William III and King William IV. It was King William III who put the Bank of England together, created the Bank of England and the pound note that created the means of instruments used for money and commerce and trade throughout the world. Now we have St. Patrick's order, 8-point star that you see on badges and on my badge here. The meaning of that is that St. Patrick's father was a rent collector for the King's lands, the conquered lands. He collected the rent in Westminster government on the behalf of the King, and that became the borough councils in the districts, the counties as they call it in Britain, and through the world the district councils for the central government. So that was the means of having St. Patrick's was a son of that rent chief collector of the occupied lands of the kings, leases lands, that he didn't like to inherit his father's wealth that he got from being the land rent chief collector of debt and leases, lands and rent rates and administration costs and fines. So that was his job in Westminster. But St. Patrick's was for the people. He wanted to build his own churches, and he became a slave in Ireland, and he was there through a period and saw all the unjust or injustice that was on the people of Ireland, in particular in the Northern Ireland. And so he went back to Ireland in defiance of his father, saying he wanted him to be take his role in the Parliament, but he went back to build churches and became very popular with a big following, and hence that following grew. But he lost his bishop status as a bishop of Ireland on behalf of Britain, and so he was stripped of that by his father. Then Rome and the popes picked him up from there, and thereby became part of Rome. But the overlying factor about St. Patrick's was that his church didn't want to deal with fraud money and taxes and everything that Westminster had, that became in the end for elite families or the rich and not the poor and the people he was living with in Ireland. But in that case, his legacy became that signal or significant mark as being the people's church in the whole of the King's dominion. King William III then created a borough councils and central government under this St. Patrick's model of the common people. The King's common people then had St. Patrick's Church to congregate in. So we have the 4 stars in the 4 corners of the earth, marking the King William's empire, and he, with the borough councils, to collect the rent for the lease lands that all the conquered lands in the world, 4 corners of the earth. In that church, St. Patrick's Church order, it became now clearly known as the New World Order that the Pope is claiming, although he's not Rome. He was born in Rome. He was born a Catholic, but he ended up in Ireland and buried in Belfast in a place called Downpatrick on a hill where his church is, and his memorial there takes title precedence in our case with our flag and King William III. All that commerce that was ever collected in the King's Bench Court has been administered by the Queen's Bench Court, and they have collected all that revenue as the King's inheritance belongs to the King's Bench Court. That is where we come into that contract. King William put the contract together for us with this flag and the four kings here in the four corners of this earth and this cross. The smaller of the two crosses is the four kings, King George III, the father of King William IV, King George IV, and King Ernest Augustus I. So those four kings are in this corner, while the biggest cross here is the other four kings, King George I, King George II, King George V, and King George VI. Now what the trouble is now that we're addressing here is that there's two sides of the monarchy that is in trouble at the moment, with Queen Elizabeth have abandoned this Admiralty ship, and the inheritance of these kings and gone to the EU Parliament as being a conflict of interest on the remaining kings that I'm talking about, with King Ernest Augustus V, the reigning monarch, King of Britain, UK, is defaulted back to him under King Ernest Augustus I, his father, his ancestor, and back to King George I and King William III, the creator of the Bank of England, was created in 1694 period, 1650 period to 1703 period of time of King William III, put the Bank of England together and created the pound note in 1694. That is our contract between us and that king, and he created this 8-point star to pick up his king's royal revenue from the borough councils in the world, right through the Commonwealth world countries, including New Zealand. So then King William IV, from 1830 to 1837, of the same 8-point star, picked up those titles to carry on, to continue collecting the rent for the King's Bench Court and the inheritance of the other kings. Those four original kings on that bloodline. And under this king's bloodline, King William III and King William IV, Dutch, the queens or women cannot ascend to the throne. They are forbidden from being on a monarch on the throne. So Queen Elizabeth is not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be this King Ernest Augustus, who we are nominating back in. When I say we, I mean the chiefs of these tribes in Aotearoa, New Zealand, are the contract partner, the private contract partner to those four kings I'm talking about down that bloodline, and the Salic law forbids women from succeeding to the throne. That is where we're going on that title, and in the Pacific the same with Moai. And Tahitian lines are following the same on the King line, and on the Ariki line, similar pattern emerging in this title. So I'm saying that we have all the hallmarks and all the substance in this flag wrapped up in this private contract of nobody else's business but ours. The third party in this case, because the Queen has abandoned ship or gone out of this contract with her and her Maori people here in New Zealand under the 1840 treaty, is null and void from the 1834 defaulting back into a vacant position of king or queen in Westminster. She has abandoned the Westminster and gone to EU Parliament as her interest there, and gone away from these four kings that put everybody on the land in the world. It was these four kings that did that, and that's our contract with the Moai Crown and the King William IV Trust, and also the chiefs here and the Native Court, the Waitangi Marae, King's Bench Native Court, Grand Jury, has opened for business on the 16th of April 2016 and extended to the 6th of February 2017 on Tii Marae Native Grand Jury Court opening, and we are forcing this flag as a declaration of state of emergency right through the world and over New Zealand, to seize it back from the Queen's Bench Court and her monarchy vacant and gone back into the King's Bench Court. And so that's the story of St. Patrick. He is the only church in the world, the St. Patrick's Church is the only church in the world that didn't collect money in charities like all other churches in the world, collecting money from the people for its own private needs and its own private entities and businesses. St. Patrick didn't do that. He didn't do that. It was the Parliament that used his good name and his good church to collect money on his behalf. It was the same with MOAI statue. The Queen Victoria took MOAI statue off East Island, the first one ever taken off that island, to London, put it in the museum, and made that a commercial operation of a mana whenua title, spiritual title, that Queen Victoria then used with King William IV's flag to amass their wealth and fortunes. So we are seizing back our MOAI statue memorial, Tahitian, back into our custody, and this St. Patrick's Church order back to the people, the common people of the world, the King's people, common law people. This is the flag that will do and save the whole world and free the people of the fangs of the crown corporations and take the Admiralty title off them. That's all I wanted to say today about St. Patrick. He was a good man.
What is the Paekau Navy ship over here? No mai, haida mai, haida mai.
Gun salute, it's just been done.
Today is the 6th of February 2017, and we've just had the karate here at the Pou Whenua, and we have the judge come from there, our native judge Manahi Parapara Mohini, to come and bless the court, the native court, and also to stamp the documents for the Waitangi Marae King's Bench Native Court.
Speak my mind in the way I should. Now this should be understood. Everybody says that we look like sinister, but who's the big criminal? The Prime Minister. The new one, if it feels so distinguished, he replaced John Key or Bill England. Where, oh where can he say? Oh, why is he not coming to Waitangi Day? And it's the biggest day for elevation. Tomorrow, y'all, it marks a celebration. 117 years in the making. I mean to say 77, no hating, no faking. Yes, I will stutter, but look at that brother, man. He ain't from the gutter like me. Why? Cause I came on the street. Cause that brother can't walk like 7 days a week without security guard. And I can do flail. And everybody say what's real than the deal. But Mr. Bill English, stop, look and listen. Don't come to Waitangi, brother, that's not a mission. That's an insult for all the people. And that's what I mean, what you're doing is evil. You're more western than John Key getting chokehold 8 years ago. You didn't know, so I remember that day. It was 8 years back, no, 2009, but if they feel the rap, y'all. But John English, I mean Bill, brother, you ain't got a skill. In this place is kill or be killed. We don't like sinners, just a politician. What if we have the opposition, competition? And if you want to say with no delay, word of a fight, the English don't come to Waitangi.
My name is John Wanoa, and here in Otahu, Auckland, New Zealand. I'm with the Redeem Motorcycle Ministry with George here, and with our brother here, DHarp, and who's working with me with the flag, the 1834 flag, and we're putting together the native court in Tii Marae, which has been opened now for business with the Hapu. And our brothers here can now implement the authority to get their land back this way. We're doing it straight to Britain, straight to Westminster government with King William III and King William IV flag. And you'll see it has 8-point star on it.
You must, my brothers. God bless, man. All the best, brother. Thank you for the electric guitar. Thank you, my brother.